This is round 6 of the FIA European Rally Championship 2015, and we're heading for the Baltic region of Northern Europe. We're back on gravel for the Rally Estonia, now known as the Grand Prix of Otepää. It's kind of a Grand Prix as we tackle high-speed stages, and Otepää is the host city, a famous winter sports capital. Estonia is one of the 3 Baltic states, close to Finland, Sweden and Russia. The Rally Estonia won the ERC Rally of the Year award on its first appearance on the calendar last year, and it's a spectacular event with tens of thousands of fans lining the stages. It's quickly becoming a fan favourite, and a favourite amongst the teams and drivers as well. Let's look at the highlights from leg 1. Alexei Lukyanik was penalised with 10 seconds following a jump start, but he still took the lead at the end of leg 1. Incredible to see an ERC2 driver in the overall lead. Kajetanovic, first time in Estonia, and fast from the word go, fighting with Lukyanik for the lead in the Fiesta R5, second after leg 1, only 2.4 seconds back. Local favourite Rainer Aus, third overall with the old Mitsubishi, second ERC2 driver on the provisional podium. Much to the delight of the locals. Craig Breen was lacking top speed with the long ratio gearbox in the Peugeot on the soft and sometimes damp ruts, only fourth after leg 1, 36.9 seconds off the lead. And then come the home favourites. Martin Kangor, third overall after stage 5, only 1.5 seconds behind the leader, but then crashed heavily on stage 6. He was out for the day. Sadly, there wasn't much better for Carl Kruder, was fighting for the leading positions too, but then retired on stage 8 with a radiator issue, and he had been second at that point. So the standings after leg 1, Lukyanik in front of Kajetanovic with Aus in third place, Breen in fourth ahead of Kauer and Plangi, with Korga, Yates, Budvilas and Coulton rounding out the top 10. Very competitive first leg of the day, and what it means for the point standings is that Breen is up in front on 128, with Kaito in second position on 109, from Consani the Frenchman, Lukyanik and Magalhães the Portuguese star. So we're now getting ready for the second leg of this gorgeous rally. The weather forecast is littered with rain showers. There are 6 stages for the second leg, 2 runs of 3 stages. Kaito has left the service park and is on his way to the first stage of the day, starting with a loop of 3 stages, with stage 11 being the longest of the day, 13.32 kilometers in length. There's a lack of confidence for Craig Breen coming into this second leg. It's been raining again overnight, not ideal conditions for Breen's long ratio gearbox, a damp and soft surface, almost going to hamper him automatically. So offsets Craig Breen, 7th on the road with some soft surface appearing around, losing time again, only 6th fastest on the stage in the Peugeot 208. He drops to 5th overall, but he's still aiming for the podium, and anything can happen on the Rally Estonia. He could still end up there. Despite the setbacks, Craig Breen handling the scenarios around him very well indeed, still fighting fit. This is a man who is not prepared to say die, and he's not prepared to compromise when it comes to coping with stress. Egon Kauer, a man on a mission. On home turf, he wants to impress and he wants to improve, but he has a bit of a moment in one of the slower corners, which is obviously going to set him back. Despite the setback in the slow corner, he is 3 seconds faster than Breen and jumps ahead to move into 4th overall. There's now 3 seconds between Kauer and Breen in the fight for 4th overall, and that's even with this little upset. Rainer Aus in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. Kauer and Breen are hunting down Aus for 3rd overall, but Aus deciding to take things a little bit conservatively. It could be said he's perhaps a little bit too careful on the stage, only the 7th fastest time, but still 3rd overall. The only slight concern for Rainer Aus is now Egon Kauer, his countryman, is only 2.8 seconds back. The battle of the Estonians is just about to get started. Time for the Polish superstar in the Fiesta R5. Kajetan Kajetanovic is now 2.4 seconds behind the leader Lukjanek at the start of the stage, but he decides to push hard. There's a high percentage of risk involved, but Kajetan decides he needs to go for it, heading into the 2nd leg. Riding on board, we can just see how hard Kajetanovic is pushing on this leg. He's really trying to gain ground lost earlier on in the 1st leg, but now he is taking some very hard risks. A very heavy landing there after the jump that could have ended in disaster. But was it fast enough to beat this man, the Bulgarian, Alexei Lukjanek? Kajetanovic's time had been 6:14.1, and so of course the Bulgarian knew he had to push hard too. The Bulgarian's advantage is that he has more experience on the stages than Kaito. Searching for the fastest line, he looks for big cuts on the stage. And it's clear that Lukjanek wants to be an ERC2 overall winner, as well as a class winner. 6 minute 14.4 for the stage, 0.3 seconds slower than Kaito, but still in the lead, 2.1 seconds ahead. So things are shaping up to be a very impressive battle between the Pole and the Bulgarian. ERC1 versus ERC2. So Lukjanek out in front of Kaito with Aus in 3rd position, Kauer now 4th position, and Craig Breen a few seconds back in P5. Plangi, Korga and Yeats continue the Estonian party in the top 8, with Budvilas and Kultan rounding out the top 10. The battle's just getting interesting at the Rally Estonia. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us on Eurosport. Welcome back to the Auto 24 Rally Estonia. Still a very close fight for the lead between Lukjanek and Kaito. Another 2 stages to run in this morning's loop. There's the standings after stage 11. We now look at stages 12 and 13 in combined, Sulauja and Alakula. Egon Kauer keeps on pushing and takes 3rd overall on stage 12. And it's looking very promising for the local man. But on stage 13, it's game over. He's off the road and out of the rally. For Craig Breen, he gains the position that Kauer lost and could take a podium finish still. He's 6.5 seconds away after stage 13, so 4th position is pretty much putting Breen in the box seat. Although he may not have the raw pace to go for the victory, consistency could well put him on the rostrum, so he's not giving up yet. While the pressure's off Breen, there's tons of it now for Rainer Aus. He goes into the last loop with an advantage of 6.5 seconds over Craig Breen, and all of Estonia's eyes are now on the local man to grab that third position on the podium. For Kaito, a very scary moment after that heavy landing on stage 11, so he decided to rectify it by trying even harder on stage 12. When he was beaten by Lukyanik on stage 12, he seemed to have control on stage 13. But being more controlled dropped him 7.7 seconds. So he's still second after the 13th stage, but the gap is now up to 12 seconds. So with the Fiesta R5 having to consolidate his position, it's not the same story for Alexei Lukyanik, the Bulgarian taking control, winning stages 12 and 13. After all, he's built up a reputation for not being a kamikaze crazy tyke. He's very brave, has superb car control, and he's very committed. Not a single mistake in either stage. He's now on the brink of winning the ERC Estonia. At this point for the Bulgarian, effectively, it's now his rally to lose. But with only 12 seconds in it at this point, he could still lose it. It's not about to change for the top three, unless Breen can get on terms with Aus, with Plangui moving up to P5, Korga, Yates, Budvalis, Kultan and Botka now moving up into the top 10. So will it be Lukyanik, or will Kaito try one last push? We'll find out later in the program. Let's have a look now at the junior category. It's the penultimate rally for the ERC Junior. Specialists of gravel and fearless drivers were out in front, leading on the first day with the Estonian Mikko Ninnemai, third overall, with the leader of the championship, Emil Bergqvist, making a strong comeback to get the second position after the first leg. But the man in unstoppable form at the moment is Ralf Schermiches, in his first position with an advantage of 25 seconds at this point. So that's how things ended after the first leg. But how would things go into the second? The two loops of three stages found Mikko Ninnemai in his rhythm in the morning. And after winning the first two stages, the Estonian managed to grab second position overall. Diogo Gago's first time in Estonia came with incredible difficulties, but he had to feel 100% confident on the fast roads, and to do that, he had to push. Whilst he ended up 7th overall, Marian Griebel's German Opel was doing a great job. He did a smart rally, but couldn't battle for the lead, so he took points for 6th. The newcomer in the ERC Junior, the Swedish driver Matthias Leidin, achieved his goal by getting to the finish line. Not only that, but he brought it home in the top 5. It's a dream today for Chris Ingram. He was still battling for the ERC Junior title. His car stopped on stage 12. Electrical problems meant he had to retire. The dream is ending. Ralf Schermiches kept up the tempo on this rally. Stage 13, the Latvian controlled the lead with a gap of 23.5 seconds, but controlling the pace meant flat out for the junior driver.
Yeah, I need to keep pushing because we think we have little problems with car power, so we need to drive how fast we can, because 20 seconds it's not very much, so we keep pushing.
As the day continued on into stages 14, 15 and 16, we turn our attention to Steve Rockland. Lonely in 4th position during the entirety of the day, but for the Norwegian, it's a good result as he passes into 3rd position in the championship after this round. With the retirement of his main rival Chris Ingram, Emil Bergqvist is now in a good position to win the championship. In his first year in ERC Junior, the Opel Adam driver is making a very smart move this year. He just has to keep his third place overall in Estonia to clinch the championship. Second overall all day for Mikko Niinimäe, but a car problem would change the rally for the local in the final stage.
Mikko, what's wrong? The car just stopped in the middle of the stage. Just stopped, no power, nothing. We had to restart the car, and that's it, really.
You lose the second place.
Yep.
One man's disaster is another man's glory. The roads suit perfectly Ralf Simac's driving style, and with two stage victories in the second leg, he even extended his lead on the day. And it's good enough to give Ralf Simac his first ERC Junior victory. Just after the finish line, he and his co-driver Artur Simens share a nice moment of joy with the Latvian flag.
Yeah, I'm really happy to win this rally because it's a rally near my home, so I think it is my home rally, so I'm very happy to win it.
So Simac is taking the victory from Bergqvist, with Niinimäe rounding out the podium, Rockland up to 4th place, and Ledeen coming home in 5th. With second overall in the rally, Emil Bergqvist won enough points to clinch the title with 1 round to go before the end of the series, and in his first year, Bergqvist in Estonia became the 2015 ERC Junior champion.
It's not so easy to describe this. It was a lot of hard work during all the year, and this rally here was not so easy. I'm so thankful to my sponsors, my family, my team, and everyone, my co-driver. And I'm just looking forward, but this is so crazy to win this the first year, and it's thanks to my team.
Confirmation then, Bergqvist is the champion, but second place is still up for grabs at the season finale between Simac's, Rockland, Ingram and Greibel. So now we've seen a champion decided in Junior ERC. We'll go back to the battle for victory overall in Estonia in a few moments' time. Welcome back to Estonia. At this point in the rally, Lukinik is leading after stage 13, 12 seconds ahead of Kaito. Reina, the first Estonian driver, is third, just 6.5 seconds ahead of Breen. The last loop, 3 stages to go. Two of the toughest on the calendar too, Visi and Sulauja, stage 14 and 15. Over to Simplangi, a big push on Breen in stage 14, 3.1 seconds faster than the Irishman. Before stage 15, Plangi was 3.1 seconds back. But into stage 15, Plangi finds the limit, a little bit too much. He's done well to work the Lancer Evo 10 into 5th position, but an opportunity to move up to 4th position disappears in an instant. While he remains 5th, on stage 14, Breen is 3.6 seconds faster than the man in front of him, Rainer Aus. The ERC Championship leader is now 3 seconds away from 3rd position. He needs points for the championship as Kaito is 2nd at this time of the event, but just when he didn't need it to, drama strikes. Towards the end of stage 14, the Peugeot starts to lose oil pressure, and Breen couldn't bring it back from the brink. Continuing would break the engine completely. His rally is over. Just as it was in Ypres last month, but in Belgium it was after an off. This time, it's mechanical gremlins. Is Breen's title disappearing from under him? As far as Kajetan Kanovic is concerned, it's up for grabs. Second quickest in stage 14, fastest in stage 15, his 3rd stage win after 5 and 11, and it reduces the gap down to 9.5 seconds before the final stage of the day. Breen's disaster is Kaito's opportunity. And the pole is not about to ease up. And as we ride on board, we can see he is determined to make sure that an ERC1 car claims the victory overall. But it's not going to be easy. If you'd have come into the event thinking that an ERC2 car could win the thing overall, you might have been forgiven for thinking you were a bit ambitious. But not with Alexei Lukyanek in the equation. A clean run in both stages, no more risks. He just leads to control it to the end. All he needs to do now is bring it home. And with 9.5 seconds in hand, it looks as if we're going to be crowning the winner of the Estonian Rally to a Bulgarian. Riding on board with Alexei Lukyanek, it is clear to see he's having great fun at the top of the tree. So on we move to the 16th and final stage of the rally. 1:47 local time, and there's the standings. 9.5 seconds separate Lukyanek and Kajetanovic, with Aus just in front of Korga, and now Plangi. 11.48 kilometers, the second time around Alakula. Sim Plangi is up to fourth after Korga's puncture on the final stage, which means that despite a few moments during the rally, he is third in the ERC2 category. One of the few rallies in the calendar where ERC2 can challenge the ERC1 category. It's definitely something that Rainer Aus has been able to take advantage of. He's managed to stay out of troubles, and he's been up in the standings when other drivers were facing problems. Second in the ERC2 category, and wasn't even dreaming of a top three.
I didn't expect that, but I'm very happy. Other guys made it a little bit easier, but that's thank you them.
A fantastic drive from Kaito, his first time in Estonia, and with no points for Breen, Kaito now takes the lead in the ERC Drivers' Championship and in the ERC Gravel Masters. He may have been second overall, but under the circumstances, second place is equal in feeling to a victory. So now the pendulum swings back in the favour of the Polish star.
Sorry for Craig. On the last stage, on this stage, I lost concentration because I was thinking about his problem. Anyway, it was great rally for us. It was in my dreams, but as you see, dreams come true. Amazing stage, amazing stages, amazing rally.
But he couldn't beat this man, Alexei Lukyanek, in a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10, winning the rally with an ERC2 and an N4 car. A breathtaking performance. But despite making such a great work of it, he almost lost it in the final corner. But fortunately, there were no dramas. A brilliant performance and a commanding display to make a very happy Alexei Lukyanek the winner in Estonia.
It's amazing feelings. Till the last moment I try to leave these thoughts about the win, about everything, just drive and have fun. We did a crazy run on the last stage, almost rolled on the pre-final turn. I cut a bit too much and we went 10 meters on two wheels, so it's just amazing to be here at the end after this crazy battle with Kajetanovic.
So Lukyanek takes the victory then in front of Kajetanovic, with Aus in third position, Plangi fourth and Korga fifth. The Estonians well represented in the top five, with Yeats in sixth position to finish off the jam. Budvilis, Kultan, Vodka and Samicis finishing off the top 10. It's celebration time at Jervenenko Racing. The first ERC victory for Lukinik, and he beat all the R5 guys and the N4 drivers as well. He'll go to the Rally of Finland with full confidence and will switch for the first time to an M Sport Fiesta WRC. But bigger news in the Drivers' Championship. Kaito now leads by 5 points to Craig Breen, with Lukinik in third place, Consani the Frenchman in fourth, ahead of Plongi in fifth place. Malgies is there in sixth position in front of Freddy Leutsch, with Tarbus, Budvelis and Bouffier rounding up the top 10, but it's a 5-point standoff going to the final round of the championship. In the ERC2 standings, it's Wojciech Staff who still leads it from Bodka, with Budvelis, Plongi and Erdi rounding out the top 5. The Colin McRae ERC Flat-Out Trophy is awarded to the flying Alexei Lukinev, his second time. First was in 2013 in Latvia. It means a huge amount to him. Sliding over crests at 220 kilometers an hour is much more than an act of simple bravery. There are lots of fans in Tartu to celebrate the winners. Second here in 2014, Alexei Lukinev takes the overall win just a year later. And there are 2 N4 cars on the podium, along with a new championship leader in Kaito. Incredible stories and incredible scenes here in the Rally Estonia. After winning the ERC Rally of the Year in 2014, it doesn't seem surprising that it could win another fantastic award for 2015's efforts. The next rally is the 28th to the 30th of August 2015 for the Bardam Czech Rally Zlin. We're back on tarmac at the end of August.